Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AI and the Wind Data Optimizing Global Asset Allocation session of the Wind Insights Essential Training Series. I'm a client achievement specialist at Wind Information. Today I'm thrilled to be here to talk about the powerful synergy between AI and Wind data. Are you struggling to make sense of a sea of financial data for global asset allocation? Wind AI, combined with Wind's extensive data resources, acts like a supercharged navigator in this complex landscape. We have harnessed AI's analytical might to distill mountains of data into actionable insights in record time, identifying optimal asset mixes, forecasting market shifts, and highlighting hidden opportunities before the market moves. Now let's explore how this dynamic duo can revolutionize your global asset allocation strategies right now. Before we experience how can we revolutionize global asset allocation, I would like to briefly introduce us Wind as a company. So founded in 1998 and headquartered in Shanghai, Wind Information is a pioneer and leader in Asia's financial information service industry, serving a diverse range of domestic and foreign institutional clients from 38 countries. So our product and data matrix surely can enhance your efficiency dramatically. All right, thank you for being here today again, and I'm thrilled to have you join this session, especially as we are delving into the world of wealth management and asset allocation, two areas that are constantly evolving and crucial for financial success. Today, we are going to focus on three key topics. The first up is global wealth management data insights. In this segment, we will take a deep dive into the latest data trends in global wealth management, and we will analyze how different economies and market conditions impact wealth accumulation and management strategies. Next, we'll move to new mindsets of AI-driven asset allocation. As AI continues to revolutionize the financial industry, it's essential to understand how it can be leveraged for asset allocation. We will discuss the new mindsets and approaches that AI brings to the table, especially Win AI. And finally, we will introduce Alice, your old acquaintance, but this time we will talk about how Alice is a game changer in the asset allocation space. We will explore how this innovative assistant can help you in making more accurate and efficient asset allocation decisions. And by the end of this session, you will have a comprehensive understanding of these topics. All right, let's begin our exploration. Today, I'm so excited to share some key insights in the realm of global wealth management. And recently, we have delved into a wealth of data, and I cannot wait to walk you through the findings. First, we have unearthed some remarkable global wealth management data insights from Wind. Through extensive data mining and analysis, we have identified trends that are shaping the global wealth landscape, and this includes understanding how economic shifts in different regions impact investment portfolios and wealth accumulation strategies. And these insights are not just numbers on a page, they represent real world implications for investors and wealth managers alike. Now let's start by looking back at the development of the global wealth management industry. When we talk about the global wealth management landscape, the performance of the Chinese market has been nothing short of phenomenal, and the two sets of core data on this screen right now can reveal the ongoing transformation in the wealth management industry. First, let's focus on the structural change at the top of the wealth pyramid. And over the past 16 or 17 years, the number of high net worth individuals in China, those with investable assets exceeding 10 million RMB, has grown from 300,000 in 2008 to over 3 million in 2024, a tenfold increase in merely 16 years. And measured by the standard of 1 million US dollars, the size of this group has also skyrocketed from around 700,000 to 6 million. And this data implies that nearly $44 million level investors are added in China every year. And notably, there was a significant acceleration in growth after 2015 to 2016, and this change aligns well with the deepening of capital market reforms and the manifestation of the new economy wealth creation effect. And the equity appreciation in sectors like internet technology and high-end manufacturing is also reshaping the path of wealth accumulation. And second, let's take a look at a change in the scale of wealth. And the investable asset scale held by high net worth individuals soared from around 10 trillion RMB 15 years ago to about 130 trillion RMB in 2024. And this has increased the proportion of high net worth individuals' assets from 20% in 2008 to around 40% in 2024. And this upward trend in proportion poses challenges for us in the wealth management industry. Firstly, the service pressure has doubled, and the amount of high net worth assets managed by a single financial institution or financial planner has increased tenfold as well. However, the margin for error in decision making is now extremely low. A 5% misallocation can lead to significant losses. Now let's take a look at the asset side. First, the left-hand side chart shows the evolution of the wealth structure from 2018 to 2024. In 2018, the real estate accounted for about 70% of Chinese residents' wealth, and by 2024, this proportion has dropped below 50%, a structural shift from 20% points. And during this period, nearly 100 trillion yuan of funds were released into the financial markets. And meanwhile, the proportion of financial assets increased from 30% to 50%, with deposits and fixed income-like products still being the mainstream. And the second set of data also gives us some insights in terms of product scale. By the end of 2024, the scale of bank wealth management products reached around 30 trillion yuan, a year-over-year increase of 12%, and the total scale of public funds exceeded 32 trillion yuan. However, its internal structure showed a stark contrast. When we look at the hybrid funds and the FOF funds, they actually experienced year-on-year declines, while the scale of ETF funds doubled. And overseas allocation products, although small in scale, also achieved substantial growth. And these data reveal several trends. Firstly, in terms of investment tools, there's a rational awakening among investors. They are actually shifting from actively selecting stocks to low-cost index tracking. And secondly, public investment has transitioned from non-standard assets to standardized financial assets. And the main battlefield of wealth management has shifted to the refined allocation of financial assets and a global layout. For sure, you can definitely find all of these data within the field of Wind Economic Database and the Research Report platform. All right, now regarding refined allocation and global layout, let's take a closer look at the rotation and the allocation of major global asset classes. If you switch to the Wind Financial Terminal, just type in 15 for your quick access to the global asset observation. So we can tell that standing in now 2025 and looking back on the development of global wealth management over the past decade, we can see that global assets have been like in a relay race of trends. In 2016, assets such as the crude oil and manufactured products, they had an annual return exceeding 60%, while Chinese stocks saw a return of negative 6%. And in 2019, except for real estate, the section, all these other sections achieved positive returns. And between 2021 to 2023, Bitcoin soared by over 300%, and commodities emerged strongly. All right, let's look at the chart for monthly view for the past 10 months. We can clearly see that the speed of asset rotation has reached a new high. Major asset classes could switch like 4 times within 4 months. For example, if we take a look at global stocks, those rotation could be moving from Bitcoin to Japanese stocks or from gold to Hong Kong stocks. And behind the high frequency rotations are actually multiple factors. The catalysts include the wavering of the Fed's policy expectations, the intensification of geopolitical conflicts, and breakthroughs in technological revolutions like AI, and these jointly contribute to the record high speed of asset rotation. And in the face of this landscape, even the most professional investors are rapidly restructuring their investment strategies. Right. Now let's take a look at this chart, which shows the latest research from UBS, revealing the asset allocation situation of family offices with over 10 billion in assets. We can observe several key changes. First, we can tell that the allocation to fixed income in developed market has significantly increased, and indicating a growing demand for stable investment portfolios. Second, we can tell asset allocation has become more diversified. Currently, there are 13 asset classes in allocation, and already 3 more than 5 years ago. Looking back at the asset rotation and allocation we mentioned earlier, the asset rotation cycle has shrunk from 3 years to just 3 to 4 months, and the complexity of clients' asset portfolios has increased exponentially. Relying solely on experience-based allocation models is reaching the limits of human capacity. So a wealth management team may have to handle thousands of market analysis reports annually, monitor hundreds of macroeconomic indicators each quarter, and track policy changes in dozens of countries in real time. So in this context, we need more intelligent solutions to free us from the flood of data and address these complex business scenarios through human-machine collaboration. So we now turn our attention to a revolutionary aspect of wealth management, the new mindset of AI-driven asset allocation. In today's rapid evolving financial landscape, the complexity of asset allocation has reached unprecedented levels. As we've seen, traditional methods are straining under the weight of data and market dynamics. This is where our Wind AI steps in as a game changer. And AI-driven asset allocation offers fresh perspectives and capabilities. So let's check out the synergy provided by these AI-driven mindsets and look at how are they reshaping the future of asset allocation. All right, as wealth management professionals, when serving a high net worth client under the traditional model, we often find ourselves spending hours, even over 10 hours, poring over market analysis report. We manually track data on major asset classes and rely on cyclical investment advices provided by quarterly or monthly, along with a limited product portfolio. And this complex investment advisory process only allows us to focus on high net worth or affluent clients, leaving little room to serve a broader clientele. However, intelligent investment advisors or AI advisors can actually break this deadlock. In terms of coverage, they lower the threshold from maybe 500,000 yuan to 30,000 yuan, enable us to better serve long-tail clients from the perspective of strategic scientific nature based on a vast amount of transaction and market data. We can develop more dynamic and comprehensive investment plans. When the market drops, AI advisors can better resist interference. In terms of cost, the marginal cost of intelligent advisors is lower and continues to decline as a scale expands. In essence, the application of AI advisors not only boosts efficiency, but also opens up new dimensions. For example, it promotes inclusivity by providing institutional level allocation tools for the working class. It also brings rationality, using algorithms to fill out human weaknesses and avoid emotional behaviors like chasing gains and cutting losses. Moreover, every strategy comes with clear analysis with attribution reports, allowing for verification. And this is the contrast between the intelligent or AI and the traditional investment advisors. So, how exactly does intelligent investment advisory or AI driven or winged AI driven asset allocation work? Let's start with the four key pillars of AI. The first pillar is the accumulation of historical data, which we can think of as AI's experience database. It includes structured and unstructured data such as client basic information, preferences, and transaction data. And its core function is to train AI to refine client profiles, build investment models, and screen investment targets. And the second pillar is real-time data, which is like monitoring the market's pulse. It encompasses economic data, macro data, product data, as well as sudden events and public opinion, which you definitely want to check out them in a Wind Financial Terminal. And with this information, we can make real-time decisions, corrections, and rebalance portfolios. And the third pillar is investment models. Based on portfolio theory and capital asset pricing model, the combined with user profiles that include risk assessment and life cycle plans. These models can further determine asset allocation ratios and construct investment portfolios tailored to each individual. And the final pillar is decision-making algorithms, ranging from statistics to deep learning and from supervised learning to autonomous decision-making. These algorithms can make corresponding decisions according to real-time market change. And these four pillars work in harmony to power Wind AI-driven asset allocation, revolutionizing the way we manage investments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, having covered the data and the algorithm fundamentals of AI, let's now explore some practical applications. When it comes to customer lead generation, we can leverage data to mine and analyze multidimensional information, identify specific needs, and provide personalized service. We can reach customers through various channels in terms of customer making and service, involves new customer acquisition and existing customer exploration. Let's take a specific example to understand the process. First, let's briefly introduce the concept of an AI agent. And after the recent popularity of certain applications, you may have a more tangible understanding of agents. An AI agent is an intelligent entity that can perceive the environment, make decisions, and execute actions. Unlike traditional AI, AI agent has the ability to think independently and use tools to achieve set goals step by step, especially an Wind AI agent. And it's essentially a bionic technology that enables a digital mapping of human thinking and behavior patterns. For example, as an investment advisor or portfolio manager, if I want to analyze a client's situation, I can ask, Alice, please show Mr. Buffett's overall position and generate relevant market language but based on his recent investment needs. Then the large language model agent gets to work. Then Alice first perceives, analyzing the client's basic information, tags, behavior, data, and etc. Then comes the decision-making stage, when Alice summarizes the provided data and retrieves necessary information like market and the industry conditions. Finally, in the action phase, Alice assembles data to generate content. And during decision-making, Alice judges intentions to determine what data to generate tags. Then final output, perhaps presented with text, voice, charts, or images. Could be something like Mr. Buffet, male, 43 years old, risk level balance, and looking at his position data, blah, blah, blah. In this whole process, perception, decision-making, and action agents collaborate and interact to generate a client-specific allocation plan and the relevant language. All right, we have discussed the intelligent investment advisors, the underlying pillars of AI, and its operational processes. However, in the wealth management industry, AI currently calls for human-machine collaboration, and this isn't just about piling up repetitive tasks, but a structural reorganization of core cognitive abilities between humans and AI. And AI acts as a magnifier of capabilities, not a job replacement. It mainly takes over the more labor-intensive tasks for us. We have journeyed through the insights of AI-driven asset allocation and its practical applications. Now let's turn our focus to Alice, our asset allocation assistant in this scenario. And in the ever-evolving landscape of wealth management, having a reliable and intelligent assistant can make all the difference. Alice is designed to be just that. Alice stands at the forefront of leveraging AI technology for asset allocation. Whether it's generating personalized investment strategies, providing real-time portfolio analysis, Alice is just a versatile asset. Now let's explore together how Alice can revolutionize our approach to asset allocation and transform the future of wealth management. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Alice, the next-gen asset allocation assistant. In the complex world of wealth management, Alice is for sure a game changer. First, with Alice's comprehensive customer insight feature, Alice can intelligently extract customer background information, and this helps us gain a 330-degree understanding of clients' needs, enable us to provide more precise and personalized services. Next, the in-depth position reveal function. Alice comprehensively organizes clients' positions, peering into the underlying configurations, and Alice just conducts in-depth diagnosis by its Alice writer. Alice truly shines. And the leveraging of thorough analysis of the customer situation, Alice can generate with just one click an asset allocation portfolio that aligns perfectly with the customer's risk preference and investment goals. This is efficient asset allocation at the best. Finally, the customized report generation feature. We did use that for company report generation last time, but we might witness the shines of Alice in terms of asset allocation report generation this time. So Alice is not just an AI, it's a partner in revolutionizing how we approach asset allocation, bringing efficiency, precision, and intelligence to our work. Imagine we have a client, so we can turn to Alice for help. So here we have a client named Mr. Buffett, a 40-year-old US-based entrepreneur. He has a high-tech manufacturing business, significant real estate holdings, cash, stocks, and fund investment. And his goals include long-term wealth growth, retirement securities, and risk diversification for his children's overseas studies. So he has a moderate high risk tolerance and is interested in various asset classes across different economies. So when we ask Alice to design a global asset allocation plan, Alice Chat steps in to design the plan for him. So it leverages maybe just two key features. The first one is the Alice large language model. You can tell that Alice quite well reorganized all the client profile and financial goals for Mr. Buffett. Then Alice do the step-by-step analysis to help us crunch the numbers. And the next one is how Alice differentiates between other large language models. Alice definitely can understand these asset classes well and give us the best allocation for Mr. Buffett. More importantly, Alice have the access to all the global assets, no matter it's stocks, equity, funds. You can check out how Alice provided the detailed recommendations and even click on it to view the detailed ETF in this case. So this is basically what Alice can help us in the global asset allocation. Yeah, this is the ETF we just clicked. Let's say in 1 in 10,000%, if you are not so satisfied with the report Alice generates, don't worry. You can leverage two key features right over here. The first one is deep think. By using the reasoning and the reflect ability of large language model by DeepSeek, it can conduct a comprehensive search across multi-domain knowledge base. And then there's deep research, which through iterative reasoning loops and multi-perspective analysis, it can deconstruct complex problems layers by layer. So in essence, Alice Chat with our in-house Alice model as well as DeepSeek model is a game changer in crafting customized, effective global asset allocation strategies, helping clients like Mr. Buffet achieve their financial dreams. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude, let's focus on the remarkable Alice agent. Alice agent is cornerstone of our intelligent asset allocation ecosystem. In the past slides, we have introduced what is an AI agent. So this time, let's just face Alice agent together. Its workflow feature is a game changer. By leveraging workflow power AI, Alice significantly reduces errors and minimizes AI hallucinations through multi-check systems, which ensures the reliability of the strategies finally Alice devices. And in terms of natural conversations, we can check out Alice agent in our Wind Financial Terminal. So basically, Alice agent is not merely a tool. If you click on the My tag, you can create your own AI agent, especially in the financial field, with your natural language. Just put in your needs and what you want to get. Alice will help you cross-check every step to slash those pesky AI hallucinations, which makes interactions with Alice agent smooth and trustworthy. And then there's a schedule assistant. For example, let's check out the Advanced Analysis Toolkit library. You may be frequently asked, what's your opinion of the future trend of certain indexes? Don't worry, Alice agent even knows how to use the GARCH model. So basically, you kind of get a team of quants helping you predicting the closing price of a index. For example, Shanghai Composite Index here. So what we can do here is a schedule assistant. We can click on time the task. Then you can set the schedule and the task info. What you will get is Alice advice in your email box or in your messaging tools. So you can easily share with your clients or your colleagues with no worries at all. So basically, you can leverage Alice agent's ability of natural language processing and one-click generation of your own agent tools, and you can use Alice time task tool to help you free your hands. Then, if you do have further needs that you find it difficult to solve, no worries, you can click on Customize My Agent. And the next step is pretty simple and straightforward. Just upload the reference files, then we will have a professional team of talents reaching you. There will be no worries at your hand. All right. In summary, Alice Agent does combine these powerful aspects to provide a seamless, accurate, and reliable asset allocation experience. It's definitely a testament to our commitment to leveraging cutting-edge AI technology in wealth management, ensuring a bright future for both our clients and the industry. Thank you. So this is pretty much today. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comment area. So I do see two questions coming. So dear clients, your question can be put straightforward in the Alice chat area via here. You just turn into the Wind Financial Terminal and click on the middle top part to visit Alice chat. You can put your question like the policy rate of the Chinese government, or you can put any question right over here to view the details. Yeah. Since there's no further questions coming, let's call it a day. All right. Many thanks again for your warm participation. Please do stay tuned for our essential training series in the future. And thank you. Have a good one.